everybody and welcome to my studio. My name is Leo Gibson and today we are gonna do a demo review of one of the Victory V4 pedal preamplifier. One because actually Victory released a series of preamplifier that are called the Kraken, the Sheriff and the Countess. And the Countess is the one we are gonna testing together now. First of all, this is an all-valve preamplifier capable of amp-like tones thanks to 4 preamplifier valves that are inside this unit. One is an EC900 triode and 3 of them are CV4014 pentodes. Thanks to these 4 valves, it is also capable of an extended range of drive, so you can go from really low drive sound to really overdriven territories. We can use this unit in few different ways, thanks to its very clever section of input and output. We can use it directly into the front of our amplifier, using it as a simple overdrive pedal, or we can use it in substitution of our amp preamplifier section, basically using a 4-method cable connection that I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. The third way to use it is straight into our recording interface, and this is actually the way I was using it in the song at the beginning of the video, where I was going with the guitar into the Countess, then out to the Countess in my recording interface, and then in my digital audio workstation I have loaded the Torpedo Wall of Sound plugin in order to simulate the power amp and the cabinet section. So I was talking about the input and output section. Let's describe it. Basically we have the input of our guitar, and then if we want to connect the unit directly to the amp, we should use the last output here. If instead we want to use the 4-cable method, we can obviously insert once again the guitar in this input here. Then with this output we should go straight in the front end of our amp, and then we can use these 2 outputs for connecting the FX send and return of our amp. Another thing to point out is that in this way we're gonna add 2 channels to our amp. For instance, I have here my Fender Supersonic amplifier. This amp has 2 channels, so using this unit I can actually have 4 channels. Another interesting feature is that it has this input here with which you can switch on and off or select the channel 1 or 2 with for instance a looper. Let me show you the front panel and the knob controls. We have the EQ section here with bass, middle and treble. Then we have the controls for the gain of channel 1 and channel 2, which is called volume, and then the master volume of channel 1 and channel 2. Here we have a 3-way switch. In the middle position basically it is neutral. Then you have a first level of less brightness, and then in the third position, in the low position actually, you have even less brightness. And this switch can be used in combination, for instance, with the EQ section. Yes, because being an all-valve preamplifier, even the EQ section can add drive to your sound. We can use the bright switch in the lowest position, that is the darkest one, and then we can move all the way up the treble knob. So adding distortion and having the sound that is similar to the one that we can have in the middle position with less treble and so less gain. But now let's test how it sounds, and I'm gonna test it with my Gibson R9 Les Paul. So now let's start with the clean sound. Channel 1, I have the equalizer to none, the bright switch to -1, this is actually the position I like the most, and then I have the volume, which is the gain near none, and the master volume a little bit higher at 2 p.m. If I roll all the way up the volume, now let's try the Overdriven Channel, beginning with the few gain. As I was saying, you have plenty of gain, so let's try to rise up the gain level. Now let's use the bright switch. As I was saying, if we put it in the neutral position, it has too much height, in my opinion, so my favorite position is the -1. But we can even have less high. And in this case, the sound is too dark. But as I was saying at the beginning, we can raise up the treble knob, compensating the bright switch. We have even more gain. In any case, I prefer it in -1, so in the up position, with less high. Now let's play with the EQ section. I would rise down a little bit the gain and move the treble all the way up. All the way down. Fairly unusable. Okay, now let's try the middle EQ. All the way up. All the way down. So you can play with the volume of your guitar and it is quite responsive. So as I was saying, it is quite responsive to the volume of your guitar. I have to say that I really like this new unit by Victory, and I really can't wait even to test the other unit. It is very flexible because, for instance, as I was saying, you can bypass it, having in this way the normal channel of your amp, so you can multiply the channel that you have at your disposal. I would highly recommend it. It is even very useful for recording. You can record with the real valve preamp with a lot of gain for all the situation you may have in the song you want to record. The only drawback is that the clean channel is not so clean. At least until now I was not able to obtain a real clean channel, for instance like a Fender clean channel. But the overdriven sound are really nice, both if you are using an amp or if you are going straight into a recording interface. So really it's a great unit. And now we reach the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button. It would be of great help. See you in the next video. Stay tuned because I'm going to test even the Victory Sheriff Preamplifier. This guy here.